David Hamilton Nichols is a transformational speaker, author, empowering intuitive, and master healer. He transmits the universe's most powerful information and energy to widespread events, media, and individuals. He presents life-changing workshops. Empowering his clients and audiences, he facilitates personal and world transformation and healing. David speaks at the Conscious Life Expo and the New Living Expo, the two biggest spiritual expos on the West Coast, and is a popular media guest. David also offers hospital energy workshops and has presented at the Death and Dying Symposium, All-Day Immersion into Death. David teaches that information and energy together facilitate transformation on both the personal and global levels. Thus, he joins his intuitive, psychic, mediumistic gifts and his energy work capabilities in individual, in-person, and Skype video sessions. He uniquely and powerfully transmits information and energy from an altered state of higher consciousness and brings the light to groups so they can affect mass change. After attending a transformation, people often report a sense of union with the light, a deeper knowledge and understanding of who they really are, and an empowerment toward progress while finding peace with what currently is. The energy during David's work is commonly described as overwhelming in its brilliance and bliss. The state of consciousness is profoundly altered. David's mission is to bear higher consciousness, wisdom, and energy through spiritual communication and light transmission.
Good evening. My name is Frank L. De Silva. I've known David Hamilton Nichols for quite a few years now. I've been present at numerous of his presentations. I have found them quite engaging, uplifting, and transforming. David brings courage. He brings a sense of duty and obligation to not only his listeners, but to himself as a person. I find that quite illuminating in and of itself. I would encourage everyone that knows Mr. Nichols to follow up on an invitation, now or in the future, and go by and see one of his presentations. You will find that the energy that he brings to bear is honest and, I think, uplifting for you and your family.
Taking part of David's light work has really been such a transformational journey for me. I always heard things such as change yourself and change your life, but to me that just seemed like a pressure, that something I could never really do. And when I almost had given up my hope, I went to one of David's seminars, and the combination at those seminars between the energy he transfers and the wisdom he delivers, which is definitely doesn't even seem to come from him, it seems to come from somewhere higher, really helped change my life. I started to feel so differently emotionally, and it wasn't just at the event, it was months and years after even going to these events. And as a result, I saw very different things in my life happening. It wasn't the same old story all over again, and not only in my life, but most importantly in my emotional life. So I would highly recommend anyone who is really have tried everything and feel like nothing is working to go to David's seminar and see the power that can actually lie in not only hearing a message, but also receiving energy as you hear the message, which can make that message integrate in your space so much deeper.
Hi, my name is Viradaya. I live in Santa Barbara, California, and I have had the privilege of experiencing several of David Hamilton Nichols' events. I am very deeply touched by them. I am not a person who sees entities or experiences them in any other way, but I do very much experience energies. And I'm thoroughly convinced of the validity of the sources of the information that David brings through, because each time it's a new voice, the change in the energy in the room is remarkable and very, very palatable to me, very, very present. The information that I have gotten, I've recorded a good bit of it, and the information has been true. It has been spiritually uplifting. It has been clear, concise, direct. And I feel as though I have benefited tremendously from what I have learned through David. And I think anybody could. It's a lovely way to spend an evening. I highly recommend it.
Hi, my name is Kimmy Avery, and I'm a relationship navigation specialist. I work with singles and couples on the phone and through Skype and Zoom. And recently I was adding a workshop component to my work called Voraciously Curious. And I had met David back in April 2017, and my workshop was coming up, and I was really, really nervous. And I reached out to David because I wanted some of his intuitive guidance in my experience to support me in doing a great workshop. And that's exactly what happened. I felt like the universe was supporting me. I got expert guidance, and I also felt like he was present with me when I was doing my workshop, even though he wasn't in the room. That's how good his guidance is. If you're needing support and guidance, please reach out to David. You'll really get a lot out of it.
Hi, this is a video testimonial for the Divine Blaze and David Hamilton Nichols. I've had the opportunity in life to see an incredible number of events, lots of transformational speakers, lots of conversations with people about real things, and I have never seen anything like David's show. And I don't know if you'd call it a show, maybe workshop would be a better word, or event, or landmark in life that you remember it for a long time after you see it. The way David speaks and the consciousness that he brings into the words that he says allows people to hear things in ways and from perspectives that a normal conversation or a normal type workshop wouldn't. It's a chance to really re-engage that part of us that remembers we're good enough. And it's a challenge to live into that daily by seeing our divine purpose and living into our divine calling and remembering who we are. So in short, I think David's workshop is very simple. It's about reminding us of who we actually are as human beings in a unique way, which allows us to align with our purposes for which we came here. Thanks, David, for putting it up.
Hello, my name is Lorenzo. I feel very blessed to have met David Hamilton and to have experienced the powerful and profound message of the Divine Blaze and the Archangels. From our first guided meditation, I sensed an immediate resonance and knowing that this is real and that this is genuine. With David's guidance, it was as if I received an energetic upgrade. I felt a greater sense of clarity and overall calm, as well as more confidence to follow the path of my inner being. I highly recommend David to anyone seeking a mentor or spiritual guidance from an authentic and pure being. Thank you so much, David, for all your help.
Hi, my name is Mark Paul, and what can you say about David? Well, I've attended 5 of his workshops, and every time I go to one of his workshops, I learn something new, even if it's about something personal or about the world. Who could have predicted the insanity of this time? And someone like David is so important, because not only does he ground you in the reality of the world, but he also gives you a sense of clarity. He's an amazing teacher. And not just teacher, but God, I consider him a friend. I would recommend anyone who's trying to learn more about their life or find the right answers to go see him.
Patrick Harbiola, author of The Magic of the Soul. Very happy to give this testimonial for my good friend David Nichols. Attended one of his events and the energy was absolutely amazing. Lots of wisdom, lots of humor. And what I know about David is that he has impeccable integrity, and he's generous and a fun guy to be around. And I quote him regularly, and my favorite quote from him is, and I get lots of laughter when I do this quote, and the quote is, "Be deeply grateful for the manure in your life, for it is the fertilizer for your blossoming success."
My name is Ron. I'm here today to share with you my experiences with David Hamilton Nichols and his energy transfers. So after the workshop, David presented me with some of his transcripts. I took those transcripts home and read them. They were quite interesting. After reading them, they did make quite a bit of sense. So about a month or two, whatever it be, David once again invited me to another one of his workshops in Ojai. So this time, prior to going there, I thought I'd just searched my soul for some heartfelt questions. And questions about things just generally in life. I asked these questions to Saint Raphael and Saint Michael, more so to Saint Michael. The heartfelt questions, I got some very good answers, which were like he had an insight into me. And I did appreciate that. It did help me with guidance in those areas. The other ones were just quite interesting on the questions on the environment and such. So once again, I went home and digested all this and read on it. And I returned to many other of David's energy transfer workshops. And just asked basically the same questions. Every time I came away with some more knowledge, some more answers for my particular emotional needs or answers. And also the ones too are good about the general life questions. So I would highly recommend this to you. It's something that won't harm you, and you'll walk away with knowledge that you wouldn't have prior to this. And prior to going, I would suggest, if you would like, you could think of some heartfelt questions to ask the different entities, and you might get some good answers to life's questions. It's been a pleasure here to speaking with you, and I hope you will take the time to attend his workshops. I'm sure you will enjoy them.
Read the many testimonials about David and his work on his website. Contact him at 805-701-4744 or through davidhamiltonnichols.com.